All right, how's it going, guys? Let me see here. Move this. There we go. I think that's a bit better. Yeah. Okay. That's what I get for. See, you guys ever do a show? Don't pick up your cat before you go on. See, that's all right. Um, so give me just 1 second while We're just going to sit here for just a moment and let everyone get on because sometimes it doesn't notify until after the start. So got a lot of things I want to talk about today. It's not just about week two. I mean, we're going to talk about week two, but there's some other things as well. All right. Dennis says drink a Coke and wait for the rest. Now, Dennis, for those of you who weren't here last week, Dennis, if you don't know Dennerlein there, he is in Deutschland. He's in Germany. And apparently there was a function that had Sebastian Vollmer, who you guys know is a former Patriot, one of our best players, and in my opinion, and he got to meet him and show his ring and all that. So Dennis was kind enough to send me some photos of that. I'd like to show you guys here in a minute. See it twice as I kind of feel like you're about to ask me to choose between a red and blue pill. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's it's so weird. So yeah, Milena is not here. This is the first show I think I've done without her in the room, at least in the room, uh, in years maybe. But she'll be home soon. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. I think it's been long enough. We've been on for 4 minutes. So all right. So the first thing I just want to show you guys is the photos from Dennis's event that in Germany, real quick. So this is so cool. So check this out. So of course this is Sebastian Vollmer. Um, Load the boat. I think that's what your shirt says. That's cool. So what was this exactly, Dennis? What kind of event was this? Is it a charity event? I mean, because obviously Vollmer is there because he's German, but was it one of his charity events? And this is let's see here. This is Sebastian showing off his ring. Man, that ring is incredible. That's with the six on there. I mean, that's just amazing. Give me just 1 second. You know what? He's got another photo too. Um, don't gasp, guys. I know it's a Giants guy, a Giants player, but there's Kuhn. So don't freak out. So Marcus Kuhn, I didn't even, I wasn't sure that he was German. I didn't, maybe German origin. I didn't know that he was actually from there. Dennis says, okay, we were invited because the Patriots are now free to make NFL things in the German market. Okay, so it's oh, right. So NFL promotion. That's so cool. And the NFL is going to be in Germany now. So I love the smile with the ring on. Yeah, that's that's hilarious. I would too, man. I've never put one on. I've never put on a real ring. I've put on my brother's replica ring, but I never put on a real one like that. So you're really lucky that you got to put that on. Um, yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Look at all those are Patriots fans. Wow, it's enormous. And I'm not just talking about the ring. Oh, there we go. There's another shot of it. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Badass. Oh yeah. 400 Patriots fans on that boat. I still feel the ring on my finger. That's incredible, dude. Happy for you. That's awesome. Also, guys, there's a new platform I want to tell you about. It's called Truth Social. We're on there now. We just got on. I know it says we've been on there since February, but not really because that's when we signed up, but we weren't approved or whatever until I didn't even realize it until recently. But yeah, go on there. Once we get 50 followers on Truth Social, I'm going to start posting all kinds of stuff on there. It's a place where I can't be censored. So you guys know how sometimes when I'm talking junk on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and then they censor my post and I can't really say what I want to say. Well, here I can do what I want. So so follow me there. And like I said, once we get 50, I will post there first. So that will be the first place I post anything and any crap I'm talking about or anything like that. And we're free, and you're free to post anything you want as well. So we can really get a good conversation going there. All right. Oh, Marcus Kuhn, he played for the Pats. Oh, for a preseason, yeah, it's crazy. All right. So I want to start with something regarding Tom, and this is it's not something that generally we talk about, but it is important. Uh, Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen, and for the last few weeks we've been hearing that they're not getting along, and all the rumors about him, uh, taking what was it, 10 days off or something like that. I just thought it was probably a vacation they scheduled ahead of time, and he just went ahead and committed to it anyway. Um, but apparently there's they have some problems, and she left, I guess. So she moved out or went somewhere. What it looks like is that she went to Costa Rica. I bet Costa Rica was a vacation they were supposed to be on right now. And she's like, well, you know what? I'm going to go on by myself, and in protest or whatever. But regardless, I hope this is not a distraction this year. He came back um, to get an eighth ring. He didn't come back for statistics. He didn't come back for money. Certainly, I mean, his cap hit is 15 million right now. I mean, it's a great deal for the Bucks. Although his dead cap next year is going to be pretty bad, but who cares if Tom's not on there? Who gives a crap what happens to the Bucks, right? So, but if he did come back next year, then he could re-sign and push that. You can keep pushing that back until he retires, and then the next year they're going to pay for that. But hey, you know what? He brought him a Super Bowl, and he made them relevant again, and hopefully he'll bring them another Super Bowl. But I've been thinking about this, and so what we're not going to do is I'm not going to over speculate about the divorce, blah blah blah, or whatever. This isn't the View, okay? So I don't care about that. Whatever Tom does in his private life, whatever he's got going there, whatever. I just don't want it to be a distraction. But what I will say is that it kind of hit me the other day. He's got his oldest son, the one he had with Bridget Moynihan, is about 15 right now, right? And Tom's been posting recently about his son throwing the football and getting really into football, because before he wasn't. Before he when he was younger, he was into soccer, I think, and now he's getting into football. I think he even worked with the Bucks during training camp. Each training camp, he's a ball boy, I believe. What if Tom? Okay, what if Tom is crazy enough? All right, what if he's crazy enough to try to stay in the NFL for as long as possible, even to the age of 50? Okay, now I know that sounds ridiculous, and it does sound ridiculous, but this is Tom, okay? And every time we think that he's finished or going to do something, uh, he goes the other way, or if he says something in public, we can't really be sure if that's what he means. I mean, he even said once that 90% of the stuff he says to the press and in public is bullcrap. So he says, oh, maybe I will retire next year. Maybe I won't. The only reason he retired this year, or fake retired, is because that decision was made for him. I don't think he did that. I'll put it this way: if he was single and not married, he never would. There never would have been a fake retirement, and he probably would just commit to, I'm just going to play for however long I can. But once it's gone, it's gone. Tom and Joe Montana were talking one time. Super Bowl 50. You guys remember Super Bowl 50, where they, for the anniversary, they had all of the greats out there, and Tom got to speak to Joe quite a bit, and that was the event where Tom said, "I'm not coming back to the Super Bowl next year with a sport coat on or blazer on," meaning he's going to be back in uniform, in which he did. We all know that he came back and won Super Bowl 51. But Joe told him, listen, once you retire, once you make that decision and you're out, like you're out for, you miss training camp and you're out preseason stuff, it's like it's over, it's done. And Joe made it clear to Tom, he said, be absolutely certain, because take my advice, there's nothing worse than being at home knowing that you could still play, wondering what could be, watching it on TV and watching it saying, hey, I could do this. Why did I stop? You know, Joe was just basically laying that on him. Be absolutely certain. Okay? And I think that was a big help, and I'm surprised Joe said something like that. But I think it's to our benefit. So here we are. That was at Super Bowl 50 that he told them that, and it's going to be Super Bowl. Which one are we on now? Super Bowl 50. It's going to be Super Bowl 56. So, right? Wait. Which one are we on? No. Yeah. See, I don't count the most recent one. That one seems to me to be bogus. But yeah, so let's see. Super Bowl 54, 55, 56. Oh shit, we're on 57. My God. We're closer to Super Bowl 60 than we are 50. What has happened? Where has time gone? You know? See it twice, says, and then Tom went and won 3 more Super Bowls, and Joe was like, why did I open my big mouth? I know, right? Like, I'm so surprised he said that. At the time, you know, Tom had 4 when he said that to him, so it's like you would think that Tom would want, or Joe would want Tom to retire, and maybe he says something like, hey, maybe you need to, maybe you need to just call it quits and make it about family. Like Joe could have made some BS line like you know, it's all about family and you don't want to miss the family, you don't want to miss the kids growing up and stuff. But Joe didn't tell him that. Joe told him to keep playing, which is interesting. He could have easily told him something different. He could have easily told him, you know, the other way, and it would have sounded legitimate, you know. So I don't have Milena here to make sure I don't miss any super chats. So looks like the. All right. Guys, when you want to, let's see, type in a. Yeah, I got to talk to these software people. It doesn't show me when you use the torque and the cool icons there. All right. Dennis Dennerlein says problem with Brady is he will sit in front of the TV at the age of 70, and he still thinks he could sling it better than 50% of the quarterbacks playing. Honestly, that's probably true. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, they just pop on and off. They're easy for me because sometimes I have a TV screen right here that I look at notes and things I've made for the show, and I can't see the screen with these on, so I have to. It's easier just to pop them off and instead of having to take the glasses off completely. What's up, Donnie's here. Take a pic. What's up, Donnie? Nightwalker's here from Germany. Awesome. The whole crowd's here. John, Thomas Chavez. Yeah, imagine how cool it must be to get great, honest advice from your idol. Isn't that amazing? Let's see. What 146 zigzag. Is that what LeBron James is trying to do? Is he trying to stick around until his son is in the NFL? You know what? I would too. If I could do it, if I was close to that, if it was not too ridiculously far away, I think for LeBron it could be sooner because players can come out. They need 1 year in college, right? And then they immediately can go to the NBA. So it's more realistic, I think, for LeBron. I don't know how close it is though. I stopped following the NBA basically years ago when they went completely nuts and psychotic and bent over for China, and let China stick it in them. And it's just they lost me on that. So the players, they pretend like they believe in one thing and then they completely ignore the other. They're all about social justice, but they don't care about the Muslim Uyghurs and China, in camps and work camps and things like that, and being treated like crap. So they just lost me with all that junk. They stopped making it about basketball. But yeah, I don't know how close LeBron is. So what's up, Anthony? See, it's why it says LeBron's son is a four-star recruit, which is good but not great. So he's not that good, huh? Yeah, they'll draft him with the hopes that LeBron will join their team, or they'll just bring him to the Lakers. Um, let's see. The other night, you guys watching on Thursday night, the Chiefs Chargers game. How weird was it, Anthony? Cheers, buddy. How weird was it to hear the name? Now, if you're a Pats fan from years ago, how weird is it to hear the name Asante Samuel on the coverage? Asante Samuel with the deflection. Asante Samuel almost with the interception. How weird is that? That was just bizarre hearing that again. And I'll tell you what, Asante Samuel's son on the Chargers, he looks just like his dad. Did you guys see him? Yeah, he did drop. He did drop that, but that it was at the interception though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Was it Asante Samuel where the ball touched the ground? I don't know from the angles I saw. I don't think the ground assisted the catch. I just don't think so. Like let's pretend that the ground was still 3 inches down and I think he still would have made the catch. It's just, I don't know. They change the rules all the time. Sometimes it's, did the ground help him catch it or not? But I don't think the ground helped him catch it. I think he got his hand there, and he was already going to catch it anyway. And I guess then the refs have to kind of decide what could have been or what would have been, and then it gets all weird. But yeah, all I know is I just want to put this out there. Yeah, John Thomas Chavez, that would have been a catch in Super Bowl 52, but only for the Eagles. Only for the Eagles, right? Okay, so Donnie! Donnie with the big dick super chat. Donnie, take a pic, sends a $20 super chat and says, most work until 65 and some never stop. I think Tom won't quit until he knows he isn't capable of bringing his team a Super Bowl. Let's all hope so. But seriously, we saw him just a few days ago. He's the same. The only issues you saw were few, but they were lack of preseason, lack of and not much training camp. He took off, and this is kind of expected in all week ones. At least they got the win. It was against, I think, a pretty decent Dallas Cowboys team, unlike a week one last year, or let's see, week one. Sorry, they beat Dallas last year. Week one when he first got there with no preseason, and they got annihilated by the Saints. So, but they picked up the win, looked good for the most part. I imagine that he'll look pretty good tomorrow against the Saints. Now, Dennis Allen is now the head coach there, and he gave some problems last year as the coordinator, but I don't know. I really think that the whole Saints mastermind thing was Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and I don't know. They just got to make sure that Tom stays upright and can stop somebody. Of course, that's the same thing every year, but the Bucs seem to have injury problems, and when you have so many injury problems 2 years in a row like this, that is an indictment on the training staff, and that is an indictment on the medical staff. I mean, who else are you going to blame? Because some teams don't have injuries, some do. Now, there is luck involved, but I'm talking high numbers where guys are just falling like flies. That there's something up with that. That's a bad group of trainers right there, and medical staff, in my opinion, when you have so many. Luck will play a part, in a few here and there. That's just how it always is, but that's way too many. But yeah, Donnie, that is true. Most people work until they're 65, and if he can play football at 50, I know how they say, oh, the cliff, remember Max Kellerman, the cliff, it comes all at once. And that's true. It does, typically. But even when the cliff comes at first, that's just, what that means is that gets everybody's attention. Everyone's onto it. But if you know what to look for, you've seen it coming. I've seen it coming with Peyton. I remember in 2014, he was struggling. He was struggling to get the ball deep. I remember the playoff game versus the Colts in the divisional round. Peyton was trying to force it like just 40 yards down the field, and it was just everything he had. He was just putting everything he had into it. So there was an issue there, and it was pretty obvious. So you got to know what to look for, But I think we'll see it with Tom. We've all been watching him so much. We will know when something's not right. We'll know when he's struggling to get the ball downfield or just going to the sidelines and just not feeling it. Something's wrong. We'll pick up on it before the complete cliff. So. Okay. Ozymandias. Let's see here. There we go. Ozymandias the cat. Celebrating 11 months of membership. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. He says, well, here we are again for another year. Hey, VAS, what's up, man? Happy to see you here. Oh, we got another member chat. Let's see if we get this popped up here. See It Twice celebrates 18 months of membership. My God, can you believe that, guys? Man, a few more months and it's going to be 2 years that we've had the membership program. He says, cheers to Todd Bowles for smart game planning versus Dallas. He went heavy on the run game once it was clear that they couldn't slow Parsons, and just 5 penalties. Absolutely, I agree. Give him a shout out as well. And aren't you just so glad that Bruce Arians is not the coach anymore? So, super chat from Dave Wilhauer. He sends a $2 super chat, and thank you, man. Appreciate it. He says, great to see you. Yeah, awesome. I'm sorry you missed last week. I don't know why they didn't send you a notification. But just for the future, the shows will either always be on Fridays or Saturday nights at the same time at 5 o'clock, 5 Pacific. And if it's changed to Friday, I would let you guys know way ahead of time. But typically we'll do it on Saturday, the day before the game. Just in case you don't get notifications, you can just know what to expect. And maybe I should make a schedule. Jacqueline, what's up? Hey. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like to dress up for my guys here. You know, they deserve it, and also they deserve, they deserve me at least to care about my appearance instead of popping up here every week, wearing raggedy shirts and in my pajamas like so many YouTubers do, which drives me nuts. Oh, okay. So Milena is now in Beverly Hills with Jackie. Oh, that's right. You were at her event tonight. I actually forgot about it. So that's where you were. I was wondering why you texted me and said you couldn't talk. You were at an event. I was like, what event? That one. Okay, cool. But she says hi. Tom Brady prediction tomorrow, bloody pleb. Yeah. So tomorrow's interesting. I see that Chad Johnson, our resident Saints fan, put a bunch of brooms saying that they're going to sweep us. Well, so far it's been their Saints are 4-0 against Brady with Brady as a buck. So the last 2 regular seasons they won both. Of course, we know that Tom won the most important one, which is the playoff game, and that one is worth 4 regular season games, so it doesn't really matter, especially when it was a regular season or playoff game that led to a Super Bowl victory. And who knows what could have happened had they not beaten the Saints. Maybe the Saints go on to win. You never know. So that playoff game was just immensely important in my opinion. But you're right, Chad. You're right. When it comes to regular season, the Bucs have no luck when it comes to the Saints. It's just, but again, this is the first time without Sean Payton, so let's see what happens. I'm very curious. They didn't look too good against the Falcons. The Falcons are, I think, just the Falcons are garbage. But actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Because the Saints generally just know how to play the Bucs. So we'll see. Brandon, the humble, blessed gamer entertainer. That's a long name. Welcome, man. I haven't seen you here before. Truth in, what's up? Super chat. Super chat. All right. Z Sean, our resident Raiders fan. The Raiders. But he loves him some Tom Brady. Z Sean sends a $5 super chat. What's up, man? He says, just letting you know I'm tuning in. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. You're on the road, right? Thank you so much, Z. Yeah, we're gonna watch the Bucks versus Chiefs game at your new place, correct? So I'm looking forward to that. Thanks, Truth. I appreciate it, man. See, it's why it says maybe New Orleans has maybe all the New Orleans has Tom's number, and my own choosing of the Saints to win tomorrow will reverse the mojo in Tampa's favor. We'll see. Oh man, Dennis, you just had to mention this, didn't you? Oh no. Okay, guys, this is horrible. If you don't know about this, all right. So, Dinner Lane celebrates 1 year of membership. Thank you so much, Dennis. And he says, "What's your take on Matt Ryan's ball number for 60,000 yards?" So, what happened? What had happened was they put Matt Ryan's 60,000 yard ball in the Hall of Fame. And the number on it, I guess the ball number or serial number, I don't know what exactly that number is for, but its number is 283, and it's in big it's in big numbers. It's just right there. What the hell? Okay, could the Hall of Fame not have put just 284 or 282? Like, why would you put 28-3 on there? I feel so bad for Matt. Matt was not the reason the Falcons collapsed that day. I know it's funny to make fun of the Falcons, but Matt didn't deserve that. You've got to change that number. That is just wrong. It's just not. I don't know. It's not right. We can relive that Super Bowl over and over again. But a lot of people keep saying that, the Falcons choked. I see a team on the other side of that was forcing these things. They just got tired. Okay, the Falcons got tired. The Patriots were in better shape. They were better prepared, and they got it done. So Matt played a great game. I thought the fumble. Okay, so he goes back to pass and he gets fumbled. Dante Hightower knocks it out of his hands. Yeah, that was the running back who missed the block. He just completely missed it. So in Matt's mind, he's thinking, okay, my running back has got, any approaching linebacker from the side coming off the right side. I'm good, and I just need to find Julio or whoever else is out there, or Mohamed Slonu, who wasn't that slow then. But yeah, I just Matt is not to blame. No, come on. Yeah, Devontae Freeman. Thank you. I couldn't remember. Just his name escaped me. But Devontae Freeman missed the block. That's just stupid. That's not his fault. So, but other than that, he didn't make any mistakes. He had no turnovers as far as interceptions. He even hit Julio Jones at the end, which should have put it away. But then the playmaking. I agree, Zigzag. He deserves some of the blame. Every player on the team deserves some of the blame. But a lot of people seem to put the whole Falcons thing on Matt. And I don't know. Would you put Super Bowl 52 on Tom? Would you say that Super Bowl 52 was Tom's fault? I mean, he was out there on an island by himself. I just wouldn't say that. It's just, I mean, I've seen that Super Bowl so many times, and I just don't see Matt being the problem there. But yeah, I agree. Some of the blame, however you want to divvy it up, but not all of the blame, or not a big chunk of the blame. So yeah, Super Bowl 52, that's on Belichick, man. If you want to blame somebody for Super Bowl 52, blame Belichick. Absolutely, they should have been running plays, and that was play calling. But let's go back to the very end where Matt throws the ball to Julio Jones, right? So what do? They have a first down. They run the ball. That's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. Second down, they throw, and I think they get sacked. Matt gets sacked. Like, he has nowhere to go with the ball, and the pressure came, and maybe Matt. I need to watch that again, but maybe Matt could have thrown that away. But he got sacked really far back, I believe. After that sack, there was no other option now. The running was out of the question, right? So you had to pass to get back in, but then there was a penalty, and that made it even worse. And then there was and then they just threw it to the sidelines, and it was incomplete, I think. So, yeah, one bad incident then makes the decisions for you after that. So on second down, they should have just ran it, and they chose to pass. That decision to pass on second down, that was the mistake. That was the one that you shouldn't have done. So football is very interesting. One little thing happens and everything else changes, and people like to go back and say, I've seen this so much. They watching a game, and some guy misses a field goal in the second quarter or the third quarter. And then that team who missed the field goal, they lose the game by 3. And there's always someone who comes along and says, well, if you would have made that field goal, they would have won. Or they would have tied, at least. They would have gone in overtime. It doesn't work like that, okay? Had he made the field goal in the second quarter, that changes the score, which in turn changes the opposition and how they act, how they respond. Maybe because they're down by 3, instead they change their tactics. Maybe you change your tactics. Maybe because you're not down anymore by 3. Maybe when you're on fourth down on the 30, you go ahead and kick a field goal instead of trying to go for a touchdown. Everything changes based off that score. So they make that call to pass, and everything is changed after that. So you have to look at it from that perspective. Yeah, third down. Yeah, third down was the penalty. Yeah, so that completely just screwed it up, because second down was the sack, I believe. Yeah, third down was the penalty, and then they got another third down, but then I remember they just threw it to the side. I think there was a face mask, right? Something like that. Anyway, it was a big mess. But can't remember if they called the face mask or not. No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Bloody Pleb says, well, how did Brady choke in the Super Bowl with 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 505 yards, but Aaron Rodgers didn't choke in the NFC Championship with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, according to Brady haters' logic? Well, that's how it works, right? So, yeah, there you go. Okay, the face mask wasn't called. Okay, yeah, I remember that blatant. It was on the sideline, and yeah, I was thinking that's what they called, but I can't remember if they called it or not. But anyway, those sequence of events all happened because of one decision, and everything gets pushed back. So if you hear people talk, they say, "Oh, why did they didn't run it there? They didn't run it there." They don't understand. That was one thing, one bad call, and then now you can't do those things anymore. Just I just wish people would kind of give it more thought before they start posting these videos on, and they think they know everything. Have you ever ran a search on these Super Bowls? It's always Tom Brady, by the way. Okay, you look up rigged Super Bowls or rigged playoff games or whatever. 90% is a Tom Brady involved game. Okay, and it's always when Tom wins. So that pretty much tells you what the motivation is there. There's the things they come up with are so insane. If they want to look into something, they need to look into Super Bowl 56. There you go. But it ain't on the field as much as it is in private behind closed doors. That's what you want to look at. Yeah, bloody pleb. That Seattle Steelers Super Bowl was atrocious. I mean, I couldn't believe the game I was watching. It was painfully obvious that something was wrong there. That was pretty bad. It was god awful. Yeah, I've got a sit weird. Ow. All right. So, yeah, I fractured my hip and I have to sit a certain way to keep it still. But my leg falls asleep sometimes. And got an appointment on Monday to see the progress on it. And hopefully it's healing well. I was able to, I use a crutch around the house just to get around, to make sure I don't fall or have an incident, because the doctor told me as long as I'm very, very, very careful that it will heal and I probably won't need surgery. Um, but I just wanted to know where I was, and I can limp if I had to. So that's good progress. I'm hoping by the time my birthday party, uh, which is at the end of the month, I can at least walk with a cane, because canes they look much cooler than a crutch. A crutch looks terrible. So, but I'm sure Nightwalker is sitting there laughing at my hip fracture. He's like, "Ho ho, amateur." You guys are awesome. All right. I just want to say that again. I appreciate all of you. It has meant a lot to me and Milena, um, that you guys have stuck with us all these years, and you just stay around even when we've had problems and things come up, and you guys still stick to it. You're here. You're constantly posting, and we're you know talking about the sport we all love. It means a lot to me, and I don't know. I wonder sometimes if I say that enough, because it's what I'm thinking. But I just want to tell you guys that you guys are awesome. Let's see, Dave. Okay, Dave Wilhour sent a membership chat celebrating 15 months. Thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate you, man, so much. And thank you for the emails you send. I really like reading those and hearing from you guys. And remember, you guys are free to email me anytime you want. It's Von Allen Sports at iCloud.com. Dave says that's pretty funny. I think he's referring to the Matt Ryan football there. Let's go on Truth Social and see if any of you guys listened to me and went on and followed me. Nope, no new followers. So after this, make sure to get on Truth Social, okay? When we get up to 50, I will be posting there, and you'll see it first. I'm not referring to videos and things like that. That's for the membership group. But I mean, just my opinion. I'll post things about a game. Like in the middle of a game, I'll post some things. And normally I want to talk really bad junk. But if I post it on YouTube, they take it down. If I post it on Facebook or Twitter, they take it down. I can't say what I want to say. And I can't just speak my mind, off the cuff like that. So definitely follow me there. See it twice. You followed? Okay. Oh, the Gourd King. Okay, I see it. Awesome. And I know Israel followed me there. Zishan came. All right. But yeah, let's get that up to 50, guys. So it's in the bottom right corner here, True Social. If you are an Apple user, you can download it in the App Store. If you're Android or using a Google device, Google blocked it from being in their store because they're communist. So, but you still can just search on DuckDuckGo, and you can get the program that will download it directly to your phone. And also, you can use the online version where you just use your computer and your web browser. So, either way, you need to get on there. Where freedom of speech, finally. Remember how we were always saying that we're tired of not being able to say what we want to say. Well, there you go. Go there, and that's what we'll do. So Von Allen Sports on Truth Social. Because I'm sick of every time I post something on Twitter, I get censored every time, and they're always I have to rewrite my post like 5 times just to make them happy. It's ludicrous. It's stupid. And there are too many cupcake people that can't just handle, some junk. Like it's sports. We're supposed to be able to do that. So, Bitcoin Motorist, what's up, man? Patrick. All right. So, speaking of Bitcoin Motorist being here, so my survival pool, I survived, guys. So remember last week I picked the Chiefs, and well, that was an easy one. Apparently it came out easy because they destroyed the Cardinals. I can't pick the Chiefs anymore. But my lock for this Sunday is the Packers. Packers over the Bears. Aaron just owns this team. And Sunday night football on NBC, I just cannot see. I can't see Aaron not dominating in that game. And if somehow the Bears defeat Aaron Rodgers on Sunday night, national television, on the biggest night of football of the week, then maybe I deserve to lose. So I don't see that happening. So thanks, Patrick. Yeah, I think the Packers are the good way to go though this week. It's just I was looking at Aaron Rodgers' record up against them, and it's pretty bad. It's bad for the Bears. I mean, so. No, Zigzag, tell me about it. What is that? Did I see Mike Mart's evaluation of Justin Fields and Trey Lance? I don't know. Rams over Falcons is another very, very safe bet. I right now my strategy is to take the most safe bet of the week as each week goes by, and then I'll worry about whatever team I've got left later. Because later as the season goes by, I'll know more about how these teams are, how they will play, and the matchups kind of give you a better idea. So I normally try to stay away from division games, but in this case with the Packers and Bears, I just don't see anything changing. So Patrick says, I remember one year, Bitcoin Motors says, I remember one year I picked the Packers and Seneca Wallace ended up playing instead of Aaron Rodgers. Ouch. Well, see, that sucks. Yeah, that changes everything. But as far as I know, Aaron's healthy and everything's going to be fine. So, yeah, Zigzag. I don't know why they were mad at Mike Martz about saying that. Neither quarterback is that good. I don't. What? Why are they getting pissed off about that? We criticize quarterbacks all the time. What difference does it make? So, yeah. So he says they're both awful. They're not that good. I know that. So how's that a problem? Why are they butthurt? But my view of a quarterback and how good they are, how bad they are is okay. Sometimes I speak in extremes. Like if I say, they suck. Okay, I don't mean that they are just the most awful quarterback in the league. It's just a word you say. It just means that I just don't think much of them as far as a quarterback. Another thing is I've noticed when I post stuff that people don't seem to read what I say. They don't seem to read it correctly, or maybe they do read it correctly, but they just don't listen or think about what I was saying. For example, I wrote the other night before the Chiefs game. So Tony Gonzalez had mentioned something about the Chiefs being a dynasty, and then I made just a small smart-ass comment saying that Tony Gonzalez was the most overrated tight end of the Hall of Famer types. And when I say types, because that includes people in the Hall of Fame and people who are going to be in the Hall of Fame, like Gronk, for example. And some people took that to mean that I was saying that Tony Gonzalez is not any good. Arguing that, hey, he's an all-time great. You can't say that. He's an all-time great. Well, didn't I say that he was an all-time great by saying the Hall of Fame types? Most overrated. Here's what most overrated means. Overrated, and we went over this last week. I'm just going to have to repeat this again. Overrated means what you are and what you actually are and what people think of you and how they talk about you and where they rank you when it's above what reality is. Way above. That's overrated. And he is way overrated. People consider him the best tight end, the GOAT tight end, and all this. That's overrated. He's not that. He's just not. I can give you several tight ends that I would pick if I was picking. If we could recreate, if we could clone every player into their prime age, and I was assembling the team together, I would not pick Gonzalez. So there it is. Stats aren't the whole picture. Volume stats aren't the whole picture. I need things. I need you to do things when it matters the most. And I'm just not that impressed as I am with other guys. Doesn't mean he's not great. Doesn't mean He's not deserving of the Hall of Fame. Of course he's deserving of the Hall of Fame. My opinion is that he is way too overrated. It's the same thing I used to say about Patrick Mahomes when I said he's overrated, meaning that you were declaring him the GOAT when he doesn't have any realistic chance of being the GOAT right now, and probably doesn't ever. But you're making him that. So if you can compare what he's done to what you're saying he is, that is overrated. I don't know why people struggle with this concept. Saying someone is overrated does not mean that you are saying he sucks. If I thought he sucked, he wouldn't be in the conversation. We wouldn't be talking about him. We wouldn't be saying these things. So, I mean, no one is going and saying, oh, Carson Wentz is overrated. No one's saying this because no one cares. So, see it twice. You just mentioned Citizen Kane. I have to tell you something, dude. So, about a month ago, me and Melanie tried watching that movie. That movie flat out sucked. That movie was absolutely terrible. How in the world is that considered the greatest movie of all time? I just don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. It sucks. We got let's see here. Are they mad? Is it? Hey, Aussie man, is she talking about Ryan Fitztragic? Yeah. Does anyone really give a crap about what he has to say? Zigzag says, "Oh, okay." Regarding Fields and Lance, they thought it was racist. You can't criticize a quarterback that happens to be black on Twitter. Oh, isn't like half of the top 10 quarterbacks right now black or half black or whatever? I don't know. No, I'm so tired of this. Up of Courage, welcome. Up of Courage sends a super chat. Elf of Courage with the Triforce sends a $5 super chat and says, Dallas Cowboys joke 1. The Cowboys were booed so hard and so loud that they thought they were in Philadelphia. Oh, I'm sure Israel's going to really appreciate that. So, anti-base metal. Yeah, what happened was that with Tom, he's kind of obliterated any kind of attack on his career. He's made it to where you can't say anything. And if you do make a video talking about Tom Brady, you just look like an idiot. We're so far past that. Like, even when I was doing these videos back when he had 5 rings and then 6 rings, that was even kind of weird to do, considering that those videos were even needed, right? However, pause for effect. No, damn it, Joe, you read the teleprompter again. You can't read that. You don't read those spots. All right, let me start over. All right. After he wins in Tampa Bay, the only thing before he won in Tampa Bay was, oh, he can't win without Belichick. It's all Belichick. It's all Belichick. So once he did that, there's really not much to work on anymore. So I was actually happy to see on Thursday night that they were saying that Patrick is going to be the GOAT one day and all that. I'm glad that they're bringing that back, and I hope that keeps up. I hope they kind of keep that brewing for a few weeks, and that will give me something to kind of launch on, because that will be fun. But Tom is actually making my job a lot harder as far as putting out content to defend him. Like, what is left to defend? And it's just at this point. So Elf of Courage with the Triforce sends a $5 super chat, and he's got a new joke. Cowboy joke number 2. Eagles fans be like, no one can boo as hard or as loud as we can. Dallas fans, after being humiliated by Brady, hold our 10-gallon hats. Yep. I hope Israel's reading these. What's my thoughts on Mac Jones? In regards to what exactly? His playing, his future, his injury? Do I still have high hopes for Mac? All right. You guys want some real talk? You want me to say something that could jeopardize my channel? Say something that I could lose a lot of Patriots fans. Real talk. All right. The Patriots, they have really, really done every single possible thing to try to make me not give a flying shit about them. This was a deterioration over time. My initial problem goes way back to 2014. And, these problems, as they happen, I just get over. You don't harp on them or anything, right? Now, but 2014, but let me say this first. When things start happening all the time and it gets worse and worse and worse, then you go back to the original things that bothered you and then you start to add them together. 2014, Belichick kind of threw Tom under the bus regarding Deflategate. And Belichick should have went up to the podium and said, what are you guys talking about? This is stupid. Ridiculed them. But he didn't really do that. That bothered me quite a bit. But whatever. We moved on from that. They won the Super Bowl. All is well, right? Then 2017 comes along, and Tom ripped his hand open. We saw how bad that was. And I'll tell you this, guys. I get scratched on my hands, on the inside of your hands by your cat, just playing with your cat. They don't mean to do it. It's just accident. And you get a scratch like right here on your inner palm, inner hand there in your palm. And it's annoying. It's aggravating. And you touch anything and it burns, right? It just makes it kind of annoying and difficult. Now, that's a cat scratch, right? Tom's hand was completely sliced open all the way through here on his throwing hand. And he goes out and plays Jacksonville in the AFC Championship game, the 2017 season, and has a great comeback at the end, wins the game. Awesome. Okay, if that was Aaron Rodgers, if that was Mahomes or anybody like that, all right? Of course, Mahomes wasn't in the league, but you get my point. Well, he was, but he was just drafted. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyone like that, they would have been talking about how heroic it was, and their coach would have been defending them and saying how great it is. Belichick goes up and says, "Wow, it's not heart surgery, Well, what the hell was that? Are you serious? Are you freaking serious? No, then he could have said just anything but that. Talk about, you actually would have been better off not saying anything, just saying, oh yeah, Tom got through it, and he pushed through. Even that would have been fine. But you don't say it's not open heart surgery or whatever. That is so condescending. That's shots fired right there. And then let's see what happened next. Was it 2018 when the Bengals accused them of Spygate? Or was that 2019? Which season was that, guys? Either way, it doesn't matter. Robert Kraft is so cheap that he went with a rented crew to film for the YouTube show Do Your Job, instead of having an in-house crew that works exclusively for the Patriots only, who knows the rules, who knows exactly what to film, and knows about the Spygate incident previously. So you know that the Patriots have to get everything right. Everyone's always watching. And what do? You go hire a bunch of idiots because you're cheap. And that caused a scandal there. And that was really annoying that Patriots fans had to defend that crap. Robert Kraft got caught, going to that massage parlor all the time. Dude, what are you doing? All right? No one cares that you want to get hooked up, but you're a billionaire. You're a freaking billionaire. Just get a high-class escort or something. Have one of your rich friends hook you up on a date with someone. Why would you go into a hole-in-the-wall massage parlor and do that crap with anyone can just see what's going on there? Did you not think about the team? Did you not think about how things were going to go if you ever got caught like that? If he had done that like through an escort service or something, or through a friend or whatever, no one cares. No, when he had that young girlfriend by his side, nobody cared. Okay, Myra's dead. He's a widower. He's a widower. So him going out with anyone his age might seem like he's trying to replace Myra. So, having a little fun with some women younger than him, no big deal. I don't think anybody's going to care about that. But what he did was embarrass the team. And that embarrasses Brady. That embarrasses, everyone. These things kept happening, and they kept pissing me off over time. And then finally, they let Tom go. They didn't beg him to stay. There could have been ways to keep him. There was a path to keep him there. They just needed to be willing to do it. Okay, he left. Now let's talk about after he left. What did they do? They seem to assemble some of the worst players I could think of. I just don't know what's going on. And I am at the point where I think that perhaps Bill maybe wants to get fired. Uh, if he doesn't want to get fired, if he's actually trying, if he's legitimately trying, that's worrisome because that means he's just not getting the job done. So it's frustrating to watch. It's not about losing games, okay, right now. It's not. I mean, I know they made the playoffs last year and they got annihilated by the Bills. The year before, they had the first losing season of the Belichick era um, after Brady left, because in 2000, in Belichick's first year, they had a losing record. They went 5-11. But if I see progress, I'm okay. If there's progress, I can be understanding of that. But it's the attitude and the constant bullcrap happening, things all the time, that is just making me, it's making it uninteresting, you know? Bill cannot keep doing these press conferences and giving nothing all the time when they are so bad. Okay? You can do that. You can get away with that when Brady's your quarterback and you're winning games. That's okay. Fine, do it, even though it's annoying. But now you've got to give some information. You've got to tell us what you're doing. Why should we keep supporting this? Why should we keep getting behind this mediocrity here? So what it seems like to me is that Bill's presence in New England right now is good enough to keep the Patriots' head above water, just to keep them from drowning, but not good enough to be able to swim. That, to me, seems pointless. It's like, I'm not trying to say that Bill should be fired. Okay, I'm not there yet. I know other people have said that. I'm not there yet. I kind of want to just know what the deal is, and I'm trying to figure that out. But maybe Bill needs a new start. I don't know. I mean, maybe that would be good for him. And if he did go somewhere else, I would support his team that he was coaching, as long as it's not the Jets. But I don't know. I don't know if it's run its course or not. So, what do you guys think? Now, F of Courage, when I say that maybe he's trying to get fired, it he probably has a very in-depth contract, probably an ironclad contract where he's getting paid a lot. He's clearly the highest paid coach in the league, but they're very secret on his contract there. It may be one where he has to be fired in order to be able to go to another team. So he can't just quit. He would still be obligated or whatever. So he would have to just sit at home, I guess, um, in that situation. So I don't know if that's the case, but that would be a reason to want to get fired. So you get fired, you get paid, and you get your money. Maybe he takes a year off. Maybe he takes a year off vacation, and then he comes back and then waits for the right situation. But if he's not trying to get fired, and if he is really trying his best and doing everything he thinks is possible, then maybe he's just the GM The GM Bill Belichick may be destroying the head coach Bill Belichick. Let's see, Bitcoin Motors says I called out the Patriots right after that Bengals game. You mean regarding the Spygate incident, Spygate 2 or whatever? Yeah, I remember not being very happy about that at all. In fact, I think I did a video on it. Okay, it looks like we're having a film discussion on the side, so I don't even know if anyone was listening. All right, so we'll just move on. You guys want to you guys want to do some tinfoil hat stuff real quick? Let's say some. Let's do some. Let's come up with a conspiracy that involves the level of crap of the earth is flat kind of thing. Earth is flat. There are lizard people amongst us, maybe. Let's do that for football here, okay? So, have you ever seen the movie? Since you're talking about movies so much, we'll go ahead and do that. So, have you ever seen the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner? I'm almost certain all of you guys have seen that movie, right? Salami Pizza asks, what's the progress of your quarterback list? I'm glad you asked. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the thumbnail for the show tonight was a picture of Sammy Baugh and the categories, and I was showing you guys what I've been up to, and we're going to be doing that right now. Not right this second. We're going to be doing that very soon. So I'm so excited about it. I'm having a great time. I've been showing Milena some of my progress, and she's just like, man, she said, you guys are going to be shocked when you see some of these results and some of the orders and things like that. It really is really interesting. But okay, so in the movie Draft Day, Kevin Costner's character is a GM of the Cleveland Browns. He fires his own father as head coach. And the reason he fired his own dad is because his mother asked him to for the health of the father. he wouldn't quit on his own, so she went to his son. She went to her son to fire the father to get him out of football. Now, the father never found out that that's the reason why his son fired him. So that's pretty hardcore, right? What if, okay, again, like I said, I'm going to repeat this. This is flat earth stuff here, okay? So I'm not saying this actually happened. It's just for fun. This is just for fun. What if Gisele went to Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick behind Tom's back, and her calculation was if they push him out of New England, that he wouldn't want to go anywhere else, that he would want to retire a Patriot, and might think, maybe I should just go ahead and retire then. Maybe I should just go ahead and quit right here. And she thought that that would work. You know, because we heard rumors recently that she had been going behind his back quite a bit over the years. What if she tried that? That would be, could you imagine if that came out? Could you imagine? That would be, I mean, she was doing everything to kind of make him want to retire. I mean, she would talk crap that would just he would be like, why did you say that? Why are you saying those things? Do I think that's true? No, but it is something fun to think about. And hey, you know what? You just never know, right? But I thought that would be pretty interesting. So yeah, that's some 9/11 inside job theory level. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, 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 no. Uh, this is more unlikely than the 9/11 inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. It was an inside job in the sense that the terrorist had help from someone in our government. Who that may be, I mean, I don't know. But there's no way that 9/11 happens without help from the U.S. Somebody in the U.S. had to have been involved. It's impossible. It's impossible for them to achieve what they did on their own. So that's not too crazy, actually. Now, if you want to mention a 9/11 conspiracy that is crazy, my opinion is that the planes never actually were real, that they were CGI or whatever, and that no, they were real. All that happened. All that was legit. It's just who was behind it and who was involved. That's where the conspiracy is involved there. So. See it twice since the $2 super chat and says Gisele's can't melt Tom's beams. Very nice. Very nice, Daniel. Very nice. Well done. Gisele's Bush did TB12. Yeah. That's in I have a feeling Gisele is probably bushless, but that doesn't work as well with the joke, does it? Although the thing that hit the Pentagon was not a plane, in my opinion. So that was something else. I don't know what the hell hit it, but it can't be a plane. That was weird. But anyway, enough of the conspiracy stuff. But anyway, like I said, that was just for fun. Just kind of throwing that out there. Wouldn't that be cool? Now you guys are gonna freak the hell out if that ever came out. If someone released that information, like especially if they got divorced, and then she doesn't care what anyone thinks, and all of a sudden everyone says she actually went to them and that really happened, or she tried, then be like, oh my god. Anti-base metal, absolutely. After um, Super Bowl, which one was it? Super Bowl 51, I think. Didn't she ask him what do you have left to prove? Like, can you come home now? Are you done? Kind of thing. So yeah, well, we know that she's been pushing for retirement since 2014 at least. So Israel sends a $5 super chat and says she's become an annoyance. She must be mad that she hit her wall far before Tom and probably doesn't like it. She needs to quiet and keep this private. Yeah, when she's working too, she's kind of a hypocrite. She says that Tom needs to be around for the family, but she's in New York and Paris and London, going everywhere and doing stuff like doing ads and things like that. So yeah, it's but you know how it is. The media will always take the girl's side when it comes to things like this. Yeah, Dave, just real quick, and I'll get off this because I know you guys are probably not interested, but I just want to say Dave said something interesting just now. He said, except the plane in Shanksburg didn't crash, that plane was shot down. They found parts everywhere in a 60-mile radius. Um, no pilots were sent, no fighter jets were sent at the time to intercept that. Two fighter pilots on their own got their crew to set them up and go after that plane and try to intercept it because it was apparently it was headed for the White House. That was its original target. The pilots that tried to intercept it against their own orders, they didn't make it in time. And they said when they arrived, it looked like the plane had been shot down. So, yeah, Dave, I don't know. That's exactly what does she want Tom to do at home? Just sit on his ass? That's probably what he was doing in March, when he was retired. He's probably sitting around going, this sucks. Like his whole life, his whole life is routine. It's working out. It's thinking about that, you know? It's just and I'll be honest with you. The Giselle's never going to see it the way Tom sees it. She can't, you know? And I understand that, she's worried for her husband and doesn't want him to get permanently injured or something. Like, she saw Alex Smith, what happened to his leg. Or maybe one wrong hit and Tom, is crippled or something. I get that, but she's just not going to be able to see the way Tom sees it. It's never going to work. Her brain is never going to accept it the same way Tom sees it, and that's always going to be an ongoing fight for them. So I was going to ask you guys something. Would y'all be interested in a reaction show during the week? So basically, on Sunday when I'm watching games, I have a lot like to reflect on when I see these games. But then I don't see you guys until the Saturday after. and by then it's old news. So anything we talk about last week is kind of like, okay, because then even Thursday night, so the next week has already started by the time we're talking about the previous week. And I see that these shows on YouTube and then the shows like on Fox and ESPN and stuff, they get on, on Monday, they're responding and they're getting their responses and all that. And I'm just thinking, why aren't we getting together and giving our responses? And I could just talk to you guys. So I was thinking maybe something like maybe on a Tuesday, because of Monday Night Football. Maybe Tuesday nights we just have a wrap-up show where we talk about all the games from Sunday and Monday and everything that happened. I have like a set of topics we go on, and you guys can call in. We can talk about what happened in the game and stuff like that. I don't know. I've been thinking about that, and Milena thought it was pretty cool idea that maybe it'd be a good outlet for me as well to maybe to just vent on the games on Sunday, because she sees me. She set up my man chair up in front of the TV, where that's just where I watch games all day. I just sit there in that chair all day watching games, and I'm yelling, I'm saying stuff, and I'm commenting how stupid some coach is, or how awesome some play was, and all this. And she's like, you need to be able to say these things to everybody else and get their feedback and stuff. So I don't know. I thought it might be kind of cool. Elf of Courage, that could be cool too. Yeah, like a panel show. Like, the only way that would work though is you guys I would need to know ahead of time who wants to be on the panel. It had to be coordinated, pretty good. So. Bitcoin, don't you think Sunday or Monday night would be too late? Because it would have to be after the game. So, like if I did a Sunday night reaction show, it wouldn't start until almost midnight Eastern. That would be. Would anybody even be watching that? And that wouldn't give me much time to put the segments together. I wouldn't have time to do that. Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. Or Monday before the game. That could be a possibility. I just think I think we're missing out on some good you know good talks here, because we talk about what's going to happen, but we never talk about what happened. And I'm sick of seeing these idiots on TV just saying the same things over and over again, and they don't have anything new to add, and they're getting all the time, and people are having to listen to this garbage. It's just, they say the same things every time. You can take a clip of Skip and Shannon, and it is the same words, the same things, the same topics. You always know what side Skip's going to take. You always know what side Shannon's going to take. But with us, it's not scripted. Whoever's on the panel, whichever one you guys calls in, you're just going to be honest, and sometimes we'll be on the same side, sometimes we won't. That's just, how it works, and I think that would work for a better dynamic and a lot more fun. So, Skip. Come on, Skip. Okay, so tell me, Tuesday or Wednesday, which is best for you guys? Let's try to get a consensus here. Either day is fine with me. But I want to make sure that you guys can tune in. I'll tell you what, I can just put a poll in the community section and everybody can vote on that. But then I'll have a clear number there. So although Tuesday looks like it's getting a lot of votes. Tuesday. Anthony Preston says either day. So okay, so either day for Anthony. I will just, and we'll get that Tuesday again. So Tuesday, it looks like Tuesday is winning big time. Tuesday. Zishan Hassan. Oh, I'm having a big birthday party October 1st. Let's see. Let me make sure it's October 1st. Yes, October 1st, although my birthday is September 27th. But we're doing October 1st because it's a Saturday night, which means that I will be doing the show on the Friday night instead. If I don't know where all you guys live, if some of you guys live in LA or California, I would love for you to be there. Just let me know if you can make it. If you want a vacation to Los Angeles, if you're coming to LA, then you're invited too. So all you guys are invited. Just write to me on an email to Aaron Von, or sorry, not Aaron, Von Allen Sports at iCloud.com if you would like to come to the party. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'd love to have you guys there. Yeah, Dave, it's fun. Yeah, it's funny how Shannon all of a sudden turned against Aaron Rodgers. Oh well, you know, I guess it makes sense. I mean, at the same time, it made me have more respect for Aaron Rodgers. So, but Shannon, he's a massive hypocrite. You know, if you watch him on Twitter, man, he is so uninformed about like politics and the world and how things work in that general sense. He is so ignorant, but he speaks as if he's an expert. Okay, so he talks with the confidence that he is an expert, like he knows everything, and he couldn't be more wrong on nearly everything you post. It's really funny to watch. And then if you challenge him, he'll block you. So I've had two different accounts blocked by Shannon Sharp. The only one that's not blocked right now is Von Allen Sports. So all right, let's go over the games tomorrow. By the way, you guys, I told you all last week at the beginning of the show to remind me to talk about Aaron Donald, and you guys forgot to tell me that. So I blame you. All right. I hate these 10 a.m. games. I mean, come on. 10 a.m. Who is alive at 10 a.m. on a Sunday? This is stupid. Okay. Dolphins at Ravens. Yeah, I know that the Ravens kind of beat the crap out of the Jets last week, but this could be a pretty good game. But I still take the Ravens at home. Jets at Browns. Browns. Okay. The DC Lizard people at the Detroit Lions. Lions. I'm picking the Lions. They've got to win eventually, right? So why not now? Colts at Jaguars. Matt Ryan gets his first win as a Colt instead of a tie. Let's see. Bucks at Saints. The Buccaneers are going to break the regular season curse, so the Bucks will win tomorrow. Panthers at Giants. Can the Giants go back-to-back 2 wins in a row? No, they can't. It's going to be the Panthers. Panthers are going to win that. Baker Mayfield gets his first win. Patriots at Steelers. All right. We'll get back to that. Falcons at Rams. I think the Rams are, that's a pretty easy pick. Seahawks at 49ers. So the Seahawks won their Super Bowl against Russell Wilson. I had a feeling that they might kind of play after I picked Denver to outright beat them the other night. Before the game started, I kind of regretted my pick because I kind of realized how bad Seattle wanted to beat Russell. But that's it. They shot their shot. The 49ers are going to beat them. The Seattle is going to go into tank mode pretty soon here. So they're going to want to make sure that their first round pick for next year gets them the quarterback that they're looking for. Bengals at Cowboys. I mean, no Dak. We don't know much about the backup guy, redheaded dude or whatever. So I'll go Bengals. I think that's a safe one. Texans at Broncos. Broncos will win this one. I think they'll have their stuff together. They seem to be out of sorts, but they'll probably make the adjustments they need. Cardinals at Raiders. Raiders are going to win that. No problem. So good for you, Z. Your team's going to pick up their first win of the year. Bears at Packers. I've got Packers, and this game's important to me. They've got to win. I need them to win. So Packers over the Bears. Monday night, Titans at Bills. Bills are just going to keep rolling. I'm not impressed with the Titans at all. I'm starting to think that their window that they had might be closing up on them now. Wait, why are there 2 games from Monday night? Okay, whatever. Vikings at Eagles. The Vikings are going to win that. So if the Cowboys had Dak, I might change my pick, or at least I would say it would be closer. Yeah, I just think that the Titans. I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed by their performance, and I think that they're kind of that window's closed. So let's talk about the Patriots Steelers game. God, I just I think that Belichick can come up with something for Mitch Trubisky. I think he can possibly confuse him, get in his head quite a bit. That Steelers Bengals game was really sloppy, and it was a division game, so you kind of expect some weird things to happen. But in this case, I think this is an actual winnable game for them. Remember, the Steelers are no longer have T.J. Watt, which I would be concerned about hitting Mac. I think this can be a very good game, but these teams are so equally weak, but it's only based on one game. I think Pittsburgh wins this. Yeah, yeah. If this was in New England, I would probably go Patriots, but I think this is a very even balance right now. So I'm going to lean towards Pittsburgh on this one. But see, what happens is when you pick the team that you want to lose, um, if the Patriots win, I win anyway. So it's a win-win. So I don't mind being wrong, but if I pick the Steelers, then I look like, oh, hey, Aaron knew what was going to happen. So see, it goes both ways. So, but I think Pittsburgh still finds a way to win this. So I think again, it's not an indictment on New England right now. It's just I think the teams are so evenly matched as it stands that it's in Pittsburgh, and I think that will make that makes the slight difference for two teams so close together. So, Elbow Courage since a $5 super chat. He says this is such a very strange feeling, not having the highest level of confidence in the Patriots. I know, man, and it was like that last week too. And after I got off the show and ended the broadcast, Melanie goes, "So did that feel weird picking against the Patriots?" It's like, yeah, yeah, but I have to start. I can't be a homer all the time. I've got to be honest and give you guys my honest opinion. And I just I don't like this. I didn't like the matchup last week against Miami and in Miami, and I don't like this one either. So it can be close, but I just don't think we get it done. Hope I didn't miss anything here. All right. So all right. So before I get off here, I'm going to just I'm going to talk about the Aaron Donald thing. So Tyree Vaughn, very important member of VAS here, longtime member. He got in a conversation, argument with someone on our Facebook, in our Facebook group. This person doesn't generally watch the show. He doesn't generally support the show that much. So I don't think you guys will know who he is. But he got in a conversation with him about Von Miller and Aaron Donald. And the conversation was pretty interesting. They both made very good points. But it got me thinking, who is more important? Who has been more effective over the years? Von Miller or Aaron Donald? And as I responded and I got involved in the conversation, I started realizing that there was a very interesting case, involved here. It was very intriguing to think how close this could be. And I thought, without too much getting involved or whatever, just making a simple video about this. I've never done a video. I don't think I've ever done a video that is not quarterback related. And I think it could be interesting to make a video about two defensive players that are so dominant over the last 10 years combined. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized that Von Miller he's a badass, man. And I mean, we always knew he was a badass, but he just seems to make things happen. And there's this argument, Aaron Donald is a defensive tackle. Von Miller is a outside linebacker. So you can't evaluate them position to position. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. So what you have to do is ask the question, who has been more dominant with significance? So dominance with significance. Significance meaning making the right plays, the big plays at the right time, being the most effective when it matters most, not just racking up good stats and things like that in the regular season where it doesn't really matter much. So you've got to do that and become that guy. And even Aaron Donald, when he played the Patriots in Super Bowl 53, he had Ndamukong Suh with him, and he was still neutralized by Bill. Aaron Donald finally got his Super Bowl ring when he had Von Miller. And we know that Von Miller was a major factor, especially in the Bucs game. So I think this could be an interesting video. Like I said, it doesn't take too much research. It'd be like a quick 10-minute video, but I think it would be kind of good to get something up there, get something uploaded on the channel, and kind of interesting. So all right. Look who's home. You want to say hi? Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here, and I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. So let's try this on Tuesday. Let's try the reaction show on Tuesday, okay? And I want to thank all you guys for being here tonight, and I really appreciate it. And let's have a good game, good games tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes the way we all want it to. So thanks so much, guys. Have a good night.